Yeah, it's going to be Colts at Bills.
Number 7, number 2, T-ball. Two teams who have played pretty damn well this year. Colts being 11-5 and Bills at 13-3.
Yeah, I thought the Colts would have been a little bit better this year. 11-5 is not that bad, but getting a number 7 seed, it's crazy to get a number 7 seed when you finished 11-5, but that just shows you how tough the AFC is this year.
Wow.
Bills number 2 seed, highest seed since 1993. Stephon Diggs, obviously a beast. Josh Allen broke a franchise record with 4,544 passing yards.
Was it Jim Kelly's or something?
I believe so. He finished number 5 in the regular season. So they're talking about him being an MVP candidate, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Not top 2 anyway.
All that's easy to do, when you have the guy I just mentioned before him, who's number 1 in receptions, number 1 in yards with 1,535 yards. He actually surpassed Brandon Marshall for most yards by a player in their first season with a new team.
Nice.
So Stephon Diggs, breaking franchise records, doing things, making big plays. He's definitely going to be a big factor in this game. Colts no longer looking good in against the pass. Strange, they're ranked 7th in interceptions. Not bad in the red zone, 62%.
Nice.
Phillip Rivers had a decent year. Colts are a decent team.
Decent.
But you can't be decent playing a number 2 seed as powerful as Buffalo.
No love.
Bills have beaten some really good teams this year. Some really good teams. They're very impressive. They're going to keep it rolling into this next year. I had to take the Bills in this one. I felt like this was a pretty easy one with how lackluster the Colts have been lately on defense. I think the Bills are definitely going to take advantage of their very, very poor passing defense, which, again, is strange. They're ranked really high when it comes to interceptions, but as far as giving up yards, they're going to give a bunch of yards, but they might pick you off at the same time, if that makes sense. With the Bills, getting it done on the ground as well as through the air, I think the Bills keep it rolling.
Okay, and you don't think Josh Allen should be in the runnings for MVP, just real quick?
As far as Josh Allen goes, if you look at the top 3 people that are in the conversation, Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, and Derrick Henry, I think Derrick Henry, being a running back, knocks Josh Allen out of the conversation alone. The fact, really, in my opinion, it's Aaron Rodgers number 1, Derrick Henry number 2, Patrick Mahomes number 3.
Wow. Okay. I just wanted to pick your brain about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, by the numbers, Colts defense is 20th in passing yards per game, like you're saying, it's at the bottom half. But you got to think about it. This is one of the best tackling teams. This is number 2 in the rushing yards allowed per game, number 10 in points per game allowed, number 8 total defense, 5th in takeaways, and 13 quarterback pressures, which is sacks, hits, hurries, all that good stuff. I think the defense is still really good. Yeah, they could work on that pass defense a little bit better, and I think it will be here in the playoffs. I think you forget to mention.
They better
think
hope
about
so.
that. You got to think it's playoffs. There's different, morale. You're up and you're ready. You want to go to the fucking Super Bowl. This isn't like a regular season game where you lose 1 or 2. This is the either win or losing, you're done. That's
this isn't Phillip Rivers' first rodeo, too. He's seen AFC championships, so, he's been around the block a few times.
That was a while ago.
Josh Allen's, second playoff appearance?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah, because I don't think they made it his first year. But, the Bills' defense is really good, too. It's not, tremendously as good as it was last year.
I think it's better than Indianapolis's.
I do not think so. After the numbers I just read off, Bills' defense is 6th. They're 6th in most missed tackles on the years, which is pretty shitty. You're in the top 6 for missed tackles. Bills, 13th passing yards allowed per game, 17th in rushing yards allowed per game, 16th in the points per game, 14th total defense, 3rd in takeaways, though. They do create a lot of takeaways, and 19th in quarterback pressure. So that defense isn't any better than the Colts. I think the Colts defense is way better. Darius Leonard,
I think not
Buckner,
on paper. Not on paper.
If you want to look at it like that. But I'm saying with the talent and the players they got, with DeForest Buckner and fucking Leonard and Justin Houston over there, so those linebackers and those guys up front are just monsters for the Colts. I think the Colts are going to win this game.
They're scary.
Here's my prediction. I think, Josh Allen's going to throw for a good amount of yards, probably, but close to 300 and probably 2 or 3 touchdowns, but he will make mistakes, and that's what's going to lose this ball game. And the Colts, they always try to, seems like they find a ways to create something on defense to help out the offense, and the offense doesn't have to do as much. Phillip Rivers just goes in there, tosses him a touchdown, or he goes, here you go to my boy Jonathan Taylor, running in there for 253 last week against a pretty stout Jags defense.
Yeah.
I think you're going to see a lot of Jonathan Taylor. He's been playing pretty fucking well, and he's actually second since week 11 in rushing yards behind Derrick Henry. So I actually like the Colts big time here. I think Phillip Rivers' last chance he could ever possibly have again at the playoffs. I think he's done after this year. I think, mark my words, he's done after this year. He was already kind of talking about some, retirement, but I think it's still going to be a close game. Bills fans been getting all excited all year long. Really, to me, they have 2 quality wins. Yeah, 2. Go ahead and light me up in the comments all you want. Comment down below. But I do think, like I said, Josh Allen on that Bills offense will move the ball with Stephon Diggs. I think that was the greatest pickup they could have made. And they also picked up Kenny Stills as well. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if he'll come into play this week, or he might be able to. We'll see. But it's Bills number 2 in points per game on offense, and Colts number 9 on points per game. So I have 34-30 Colts.
I'm going to take it 28-17 Bills.
8-17. All right.
This is the Heated Waves podcast. I'm your boy T-Ball.
I'm Mr. Bradley. You stay classy, YouTube.
And as always, thanks for stopping by, guys.